Hello everyone, you're watching Campus Channel and we're here with ESCP Europe to talk about the Master in Big Data and Business Analytics. The Scientific Director and Professor ZHOU and Marion LEPARMENTIer, the Director of Advanced Masters and Masters of Science, are here to take your questions, but first we're going to start with the pitch. All right, wait, you have 60 seconds flat. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, go.
So the master in big data and business analytics at the ESCP Europe, one of the world's top business school, is a 1-year full-time postgraduate programs across 2 countries for those aiming for a successful career in business analytics. It is taught in English and takes place at our Paris and Berlin campuses. We welcome internationally well-known professors to visit our classes and give courses and seminars at the ESCP Europe. And we want our students to get a real view of the big data and business analytics applications from our strong professional connections.
Excellent. Well, that was perfect. Good job. All right, we're going to move on to the face-to-face. Please remember to keep sending us your questions because they're going to show up right there. We're going to let Marion take the first one. So, Marion, will you read this, please?
So, sorry, I have to read it.
Yes, please.
Do we have the option to study on both the Paris and Berlin campus, or do we complete the program at one location? No, the idea is to have one cohort, just one cohort, and to have the students begin in Paris from September to April, and after that they are going to the Berlin campus all together, and they will stay there May and June, and also they will have an international seminar in China with a partner university. So the thing is to begin in Paris, then go to Berlin, and after that end in China.
So how long do they spend in China?
Just 1 week or perhaps 10 days, but it's not going to be long. The thing is to have a different perspective about big data and analytics and to have a global view of it and not only the French perspective.
I see. And wait, you're a professor in this program, so do you go to Berlin with them as well after Paris?
So I will visit Berlin from time to time, but we will have full faculty members and bodies over there in Berlin to cover our students.
And in Berlin, are they mixing with other students who are going to this school, or do they remain just in their group at the Berlin campus?
So they are anyway going to meet with other students because it's one of our campuses and there are other students studying many different things on this campus. And perhaps they are going to share some courses with others if they can, because we try to interact between groups at ESCP Europe.
And so last question on this topic, why Berlin for this particular program?
So, maybe I can explain this. Because Berlin, Germany is a very unique country regarding business analytics, because right now the world's biggest enterprise information system provider, SAP, is a German software, and then and in Germany there are lots of industry companies that work in the industries very actively investigating business analytics and applying the business analytics tools in various business sectors, for example, automobile. So and then by introducing our students in Berlin, it will give our students the possibilities to gain local accesses to the local industry, and we believe that by doing this, it will benefit our students and open up the view and the career path for our students.
Very good. Let's take this next question. Wei, will you read this, please?
So, hello. What should be the level of my programming language? Will I be admitted without any programming knowledge? This is a very good question. So the answer is no. So we don't assume our students to have a prior knowledge in programming. So this is not a PhD program. This is a master program. And then we have carefully designed our program to fit the students that comes with a variety of backgrounds. the programming related courses will start from the scratch, and then and also that the programming courses that delivered in the program will be based on case studies. So will be based on the real and the simulated business applications. So it's different from the computer science program.
So is there still a little bit of comprehension that's needed of programming or programming code?
Yeah. So well, the programming courses will be packaged in the program in our master program as the way that the typical business school handles these courses. For example, we will have professional experts to come to the classroom and to deliver case studies to our students in these programming courses, and then the students will learn programming from the real stories, the real scenarios, and from the real data. So they will not learn how to program Hello World, but they will learn problems such as, given a set of consumer preferences, the existing sales information, how to discover the pattern in the consumer bodies. So this is how we deliver our programming courses.
Got it. All right, Marion, will you take this next question, please?
The international seminar in China is obligatory. It is included in the tuition. Yes, it's obligatory because we think that it's really a cohort that we are and that we are all working together. So it would be a shame if someone doesn't come to China, and it is included in the tuition. So the plane and the living, not the living cost, not the meals or things, because it's usually the students that pay for it, but the rooms will be paid from the school. And I think it's. I already went with a group in China, and it was a very nice experience. And for the students, it's always the time they remember well, because they are all together in an environment that they don't know about, and they learn a lot by just being together and discovering something that is totally new and learning another perspective. So I think it's an important part of the program. Yes. Anyway.
And so what is the content of this seminar in China exactly? So
the content will be a mission based. So this is not a seminar that allow the students to go to the Great Wall and take photos. So this will be the seminar that's with a mission. So our students will receive a research project before they leave Paris. And then once they arrive in China, we will have our collaborating partner university to host our students in a classroom every day. So they will learn the tools and skills in order to accomplish that project. So it's mission-based. So it's obligated for all the students.
So can you give an example of what the mission might be, or an objective that students might have to achieve?
So, well, for the moment, we are still designing this mission. We are in this is not certain, but I can tell you that one of the company that we are contacting is the China's biggest smart city infrastructure provider. So and they have loads of data, and then they also need specialists who are able to help them to understand how to optimize the future smart city and regarding the infrastructure configuration, regarding the green city, for example, concepts of green cities and reducing pollutions and improve the traffic on the roads, so on and so forth. They have lots of problems and lots of data in the broad concept of smart city. So so if everything goes well, we might go with a mission on smart city.
It sounds like a cool project. Yeah. All right, let's take the next question here. Marion?
What are the major leading companies with which you have strong partnerships? Does it mean that we will have the opportunity to do real business cases with those companies? I think you are the best one to answer this one.
So we are in contact with with several companies, and some of these companies have already agreed to participate in our program. For example, Google, among many others. So, and does it mean that we will have the opportunity to deal with business cases with those companies? The answer is definitely yes. So we will have colleagues from these companies to come to our classroom to interact with our students and to deliver case studies and to design research problems with our students. So the answer is definitely yes.
And we have alumni who have already contacted us because they are very excited by the launch of this new program, and they have asked if they can come to see the students and have cases with them. So I think definitely it's a way we do that in group projects, and also in having people studying the cases, because otherwise they don't see the application of it.
So if you have alumni, ESCP Europe alumni contacting you and wanting to work with you on this program, it sounds like there's a real need for data specialists, or they recognize a need in their companies for people with these skills.
Go ahead. Yeah, exactly right. So, so from our contact with the companies, we have found that the industry is craving for data specialists, especially those people who not only knows data but also knows the value in business. They also know business. So, and this is the group of candidates that companies are looking for, and this is exactly what we are trying to train our students in this program.
All right, Wei, will you take this next question, please?
Will there be any competency test regarding our knowledge of the different business analytical tools, or is it just a personality interview? The answer is yes and no. So the answer is no, because we don't, just as what we have mentioned, that we don't require our students to have existing competency in programming or in knowing these tools. We value very much these students with domain knowledge, which means that, for example, some students from healthcare, they know a lot about this industry, but they probably don't know the programming. So it doesn't matter, because we will train our students to be able to discover the value of using data in healthcare, for example, and students from other domains, for example, marketing, from finance, from human resource, from supply chain and operations management, they might not have the trainings in programming, but all what matters in the real world is that how can companies generate value based on data, and how to discover the value, the unknown value that's hidden by the large amount of data. So this is the no part. So we don't require students to have a prior experience, but at the end of the program, it's yes, because we will have a set of courses that covers these programming related courses. So at the end of the course, at the end of the program, our students should have a fair amount of exposure to programming, and they should be fluent or known to this general programming field.
So you mentioned that you've already accepted some candidates into this program. What are some of the profiles, and from what backgrounds are they coming?
It's funny because they are coming from very different backgrounds and very different parts of the world. I think it's one of the first times that we have such a huge ability to convince people that it's really a nice program, and that people hear of it from Pakistan, from India, from China, from Uruguay. This morning we had a candidate coming from Uruguay also. So I think it's very funny because it's attracting people from very different fields. Because the thing is that we really think that the students should be able to apply it in many different fields, in many business fields. So there, I think as we don't require that much programming. It's quite different as a program as it can be in other places, because what we want them is to be able to think about the application, how they can use it, and anyway the programming and the programs are going to change because we are always using new programs. So if they are, if they get the competency for this type of programming during the school and during their courses, after that they would be able to apply it in very different fields, and this is something that is important for us.
All right, we're going to take a quick break from the face-to-face because it's time for 3 words max. Our guests have 3 words to describe their program, and they get one phrase for each word to explain why they chose that word. All right, so who's going to give me the first word?
Thank you. So, international. So the international is very in the DNA of the school and of this program, and students, professors and campuses are very multicultural, and this is very important for us to have students who are open to each other.
Okay, and word number 2?
Value. The industry is looking for value from data, and so is our program. We want to generate value for the students to discover the values in the industry. And
all right, and third and final word?
The third is research, because the values are mostly hidden in the data, and many questions are unknown. There is no solutions to the industry. So we want to train our students to be able to conduct the research when they face an unknown problem, how to find the solutions from nothing.
Well done. All right, let's get back to the face-to-face. Marion, will you read this next question, please?
Yes. What would be the projected starting salary with this degree? Oh, I'm not sure about it. As you know, this is the first time that we launch this program, so we don't have any data regarding this salary. So I think it would be like for the other programs that we have at school, and it depends. I know that it depends a lot from the industry they are working, and from if they are in finance, then they will get a lot of money. If they are in marketing, probably a little less, but it depends really on the sector. So I won't answer that better than that because I don't have any data to provide.
To back it up. Yeah. Wade, do you have an idea of salary ranges?
Well, I agree with Marion. So the salary really depends on what business sectors that the candidates are working in. So, well, statistically, based on statistics that we have collected, for junior graduates, they can receive up to 60,000 euro per year as a salary as a junior analyst, and up to more than 100,000 euro per year as a senior business analyst.
And that's based in France and Europe, internationally?
It's international scope. So, well, in Europe, it's pretty much the same as.
Okay, let's take this next question. Wade, will you read this, please?
I understand students of all backgrounds are welcome to apply, but do you think this program is more fit for students of statistics / math / computer science background, or more fit for students with a business degree? So I'm going to answer this question here.
Yes, with pleasure.
So we are going to welcome students from all backgrounds, not specifically in statistics, math, or computer science. One of the reasons is that I have already mentioned in the 3 keywords is that big data and business analytics has lots of value, but these values are hidden in different industries and in different business domains. And we welcome students from different fields, for example, pharmaceutical, from marketing, from retailing, from oil and gas, from human resource management, prior experience like that. And then everyone will come with a different story. And then our students will learn from each other by discovering the various values in different business sectors. It will create a nice synergy among the students. So this is the reason why we don't strict our students just in statistics, computer science.
So they should have no worries about needing a particular background to apply.
Actually, it's more than welcome.
Excellent. All right, Marion, will you read this, please?
May I know what we should expect for the interview? What are the important qualities you look for in candidates? So this is the interview is going to last at least 20 minutes usually, and so you have 2 persons in front of you or 3, and Wei is definitely going to be there, and I can be there or someone else. We are looking from candidates who are open, who have surely an international point of view of being open to international things. We want them to be sure that they are going to work in big data, so a great motivation. And we want also them to be able to work in a group, because this is something that is very important, is to have a big cohesion inside the cohort of students. And so this is mostly what we want to be sure of. So the interview, usually you have to present yourself, and after that you will answer our questions.
Any advice for preparing for the interview?
Well, I just add up a couple of points on Marion and also answer your questions. We don't encourage our candidates, future candidates, to specifically prepare anything just that out of their current practice or boundary. So, as the scientific director of the program, for me, and as well as a professor of the program, I'm looking for the students who come with questions, who comes with strong curiosities in this field. So those students who come with the existing questions shows great interest in studying in the domain are the highly possible to be admitted.
Okay. All right. Let's take this next question. Wei, will you read this, please?
How many students are enrolled in the program, or will be allowed to enroll next year?
So for the time being, as you know, it's the first cohort, and we just launched it in January, so it's not that long time ago. Sorry, and so we have already 13, which is quite nice for such an amount of time. We expect 25, I think, for this first cohort, and probably more next year.
What's the deadline for them to apply this year?
I would say June.
Yeah.
So
perhaps we can see them. The interviews, last interviews will be in July anyway. But applications, I would strongly advise to apply before the end of June.
All right, let's take the next question here once it shows up. Let's see. There we go, Marion.
Do students still need to take the English test if they have been studying in English or for the whole duration of the bachelor, non-English speaking country? If no, can they submit the English test after sending the application? So,
it's complicated.
No, we can waive students from English tests, because we know that if they have already studied 3 years in English, then they have the good level to understand courses. What we really need is people who are able to interact in English and to understand all the courses. Otherwise, it won't be good for them and for the rest of the group. So the best thing to do is to send a mail asking for a waiver of this English test, and we'll say in the minute, okay, you can come as you are, or you have to take an English test. If we have any doubts, we will. And anyway, the interview is in English, and we have had 1 or 2 times people who weren't able to speak in English, so we won't take them, because it's not a good thing for them.
And so for the second part of that question, can they send their English test results after they submit their application?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they apply before June, they have time to take the test. So
Certainly.
I think, and anyway, we can't publish the admission if we didn't get the English test. But they can be waived if they are good, or if anyway, we can have a look at the file.
Yeah, and we can also evaluate the students' English level through interview. So, the bottom line is that this is not English literature major. So
no. The thing is to be able to interact in English and understand the courses. Because if you don't understand the courses, you won't follow and do the best of it.
Then it's a waste.
Yeah.
Wei, will you read this next question, please?
Yes. Does the program have any affiliation with SAS and or IBM? Have these organizations designed any course topic, and do students after completion of program receive any certifications from these organizations? The answer is yes. We do have affiliation with, not like a affiliation, but we do have good relationships with IBM. For example, IBM allow our university to use IBM softwares, Watson's, and among many others. So, we don't have IBM to design in our program a special module or special course that's specifically with IBM title in it or any software title in it. So that's the reason why we don't deliver the certifications for IBM or for any other companies.
But do you prepare students in order to take those tests that would allow them to have those certifications?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We don't do that because, in general, our program has three major parts. The first major part is business analytics. The second is data science. Well, the relationships with IBM and as well as with other software providers belongs to the data science. And then when we teach students data science, we don't stress the detailed programming protocols and technical details. Instead, we will stress on how to apply, when to apply, and why to apply these softwares. Because we believe that the softwares, they evolve very quickly. The programming techniques you learn today will soon be outdated, and then it will keep learning. So, at ESCP Europe, given this one-year program, our students were mostly focused on how to analyze business, how to turn business into data, and how to use data to generate value, and to get familiar with this process and to apply this process in different business sectors, in marketing, financing, digital manufacturing, so on and so forth. Well, the programming is just a facilitator for our students to learn. So it's not the ultimate goal for our students.
We don't want to have programmers at the end.
Right.
We want people who think about the applications of data in business.
Yeah. So we will train business analysts.
Yeah. They need to know how it works, but they are not. It's really to think what can we do with data more than programming.
Certainly. All right, Marion, will you take this next question, please?
How much prior work experience is required? For example, I'm still doing my bachelor degree and I've completed a 6 months internship in marketing analytics. Is this sufficient with excellent motivation? If you have excellent motivation, then it's sufficient. No, we don't require any background. Some of our students that we have already seen have had some. So it's going to be a mixed group with people who have a professional experience background and some who don't have any. Anyway, we expect students to have had internship during their bachelor degree, otherwise they don't know anything about big data and anything about, so we need an experience, but it can be something else than professional experience.